The life cycle of an average person follows a set pattern: birth, education, job, marriage, kids, retirement. Then what? You have lived a whole life, but what legacy will you leave behind? These questions always came to my mind while I was at the height of my corporate career.
उस पैटर्न पे चलने की इच्छा हो गई कि लर्न, अर्न एंड रिटर्न। तो अब कुछ सोसाइटी को मुझे करना है, मुझे बच्चों के लिए कुछ करना है, मेरे सहयोग से बच्चे कुछ हो जाएं। जो वो चाहता है वो उसको मिलेगा, बस मेरे तो सिवाय हृदय से आशीर्वाद।
I've been volunteering with Udayan Care since 2009. I was born in a small town, Modinagar, and then later on moved to Aligarh, where I had my schooling as well as I completed my engineering in 1982. And from there on, I moved to Delhi. At the age of 53, I decided to give up my job and become a mentor to children in need of care and protection. I realized that all the fantasies of the corporate world, materialistic possessions, and the rat race were futile and temporary, and I need to embrace something beyond myself.
When we see the children, they are so vulnerable but still so loving and caring. They really respect you a lot. So later on, I also got attached. Being a medico, I used to go for their medical checkup. Me and my mother-in-law both encouraged Deepak to do whatever he wants to do to fulfill his dream, and I wish him a great success in his this passion of social service.
One is Sheetal and another one is Tushar. I have put their stories in one of the chapters in my book, Wings to Fly. And Sheetal is now today a fashion designer working with a fashion group. And Tushar, whom I would say found about 6 years back in 2017. And today when I see him after almost 6 years, it gives me a great sense of satisfaction and fulfillment where he has moved in life.
Udayan Care offered him a post of director of Jam Shanti Home. He joined, but as his passion was not restricted to one place, he decided to quit from the post and he became a full-time volunteer, and he take Udayan Ghar program on other heights. Simultaneously, when we started our Udayan Chalni chapter, Greater Noida, he became a convener of that chapter. And under his able guidance, Greater Noida chapter became a self-sufficient chapter in a very small span of time.
My late father was a great inspiration for me in terms of giving to society. When I was in school or early days of college, I would see that so many students would come to him. He was a professor of physics. They would come to him to prepare for engineering and medical exams. And the parents used to ask, sir, you take some money or something. But he would always say, I don't sell education. I get paid for what I teach in the university. In September 2013, I finally got associated with Udayan Care Jak Shanti Home at Greater Noida as a mentor father and my wife as a mentor mother, and we continue to serve the children to date. My responsibility as a mentor father includes ensuring that children receive the best support at every stage of their growth. I strive to always have a listening ear for their queries and concerns.
He started his journey with Udayan Care as a volunteer at one of the home, and then he engaged himself with full-time volunteer after his retirement from the corporate job, and he fully dedicated to Udayan Care cause for children, education, women empowerment, advocacy, and as I know, he is a very committed person for the cause. अगर दीपक जी को मैं एक लाइन में कोट करना चाहूँ अबाउट हिज पर्सनैलिटी, मैं यही बोलना चाहूँगा, दीपक बोलता नहीं, उसका प्रकाश परिचय देता है.
Starting the journey as a part-time volunteer in 2009 and becoming a trustee in 2019, it has been a great journey personally for me, and I obviously would do anything and everything for Udayan Care as long as my limbs permit. So thank you Udayan Care, thank you Dr. Kiran Modi for giving this wonderful opportunity.
He joined me as a volunteer who would come with his wife and spend time with children, maybe for a few hours over a week. And from there, the relationship just grew. His passion for children and their education just keep on expanding and reaching greater heights, to the extent that it compelled him to leave his cushy corporate job and join me as a volunteer. And one of the best people youth and children could go and confide and talk to and find answers for their problems.
The best part is the journey continues. Most recently, I published a book called Wings to Fly about my personal transformational journey from a successful corporate career to volunteering at Udayan Care. In my book, I talk about the many lives that have changed for the better through the Udayan Care's intervention and my support to the cause. All proceeds from the sale of the book go to Udayan Care. I live by the principle of learn, earn and return.
He is a man who lives, eats and breathes Udayan Care, and he is a man who really carries Udayan Care on his shoulders to a great extent. Both he and his wife have been strong pillars for us as an organization. He has walked the talk. A lot of people talk about, living for the larger purpose, wanting to give up on their rat race and, their corporate life and their materialistic aspirations. But I think Deepak Sharma has really, done it, lives it, and doesn't live it like, big pressure on himself. He lives it joyfully.
If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life, the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain.